Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well and ready for another sweet recipe. So in today's video, in honor of the Eid season, I'm going to be sharing my recipe for a cream of wheat sirnie. The last time when I did the flour version, a lot of you guys asked for the cream of wheat version, so here it is. Now if you want to see how I put it together, please keep on watching. To begin, I'm going to start off in a heavy bottom skillet and I'm going to go in with my salted butter. Today I'm using salted butter, but if you wanted to use unsalted butter, feel free to do so. And I have it on a medium to medium low heat at this point. Now while that butter is melting away on a medium low heat, I'm going into a small little saucepan with some evaporated milk. And into the evaporated milk, I am going in with some brown sugar. I like using the brown sugar just because it gives a really nice brown color to the sirnie, but by all means, if you wanted to use white sugar, you could do so as well. And in this mixture, I am also going to go in with some chopped maraschino cherries as well as some raisins. Now I have this milk mixture on about a medium to medium low heat as well. I really just want it to heat up a little bit so this way it can be nice and warm for when we add it into the sirnie later on. As you guys can see, I just went in with a little bit of vanilla extract as well as some elaichi or cardamom. And at this point, I am also going to grate in some freshly grated nutmeg. Whenever making sirnie, I like to put in nutmeg just because it adds a really nice rich flavor to the dessert. But by all means, if you do not want any of these spices in it, you can go ahead and play around with them and do as you wish for your preferences. And once you add all of your ingredients into your little saucepan, you're going to allow this to start to steam. You do not want it to come up to a boil and boil over. You really just want it to be nice and warm. So keep it on a medium to medium low heat. And at this point, I am also going to go in with a little bit of orange soda. The orange soda is totally optional. Now, if you're not going to use the orange soda, I would replace it with a little bit of regular evaporated milk or whole milk, just to make up for the liquids that you're not going to use. So while you're waiting for your milk mixture to go ahead and heat up and begin to steam, you're going to go ahead and mix a little bit of custard powder as well as some hot water together. You want to basically mix it together until you get all of the lumps out of the custard powder, and this way it is nice and dissolved. Basically, we're adding this into the milk mixture later on, so this way we can get a really nice creamy and rich sirnie in the end. Once you see that your milk mixture starts to get steamy on the top and it is warm through, you're going to go ahead and turn off the stove and you're going to take it off of the stove so this way you can add in that slurry that you just made with the custard powder and the water. It is imperative that you take it off the stove when you do this because if it starts to boil or if it cooks too much, this mixture will get way too thick and it will not moisten the sirnie enough. So you want to make sure to take it off the stove, mix it in really well, and make sure there are no lumps. Now once your butter is melted, you're going to go in with the cinnamon stick as well as a few cloves. As usual, all of my ingredients and proper measurements will be down in the description box below, so you can be sure to check those out when you're getting ready to make your cream of wheat sirnie. Now today I'm doing half cream of wheat, half all-purpose flour, just because I like that texture that it gives, but by all means you can go ahead and swap out the all-purpose flour for all cream of wheat if you wanted to do a full cream of wheat version. But basically, once I go in with my all-purpose flour into this mixture, I'm also going to add in all of my cream of wheat, and I'm going to parch this for about 15 to 20 minutes until you get the color that you desire. Basically, you want this mixture to start to get very loose and for all of the raw flavor of the flour and cream of wheat to cook out. And then after that point, you can go ahead and cook it as dark as you would like. So this is what the mixture of the flour, the butter, as well as the cream of wheat looks like. It's been parching or roasting in my pan on a medium to medium low heat for about 5 minutes at this point. As you guys can see, it has started to loosen up just a little bit and cook down, but it definitely needs a little bit more time. So it has been about 16 minutes exactly for me, and as you guys can see, my mixture is very, very runny at this point, and it has cooked down really well. It has a beautiful little golden brown color to it, and I think this is perfect and ready for the other ingredients. So I just went in there with some chopped nuts. I am using chopped pistachios and chopped almonds today, but feel free to use whatever type of nuts that you have. I know that chopped peanuts is also very, very good in this too. And I'm also going to go in with a little bit more ground cardamom just so it can roast within those spices. And once your mixture starts to get loose and you see that it is very aromatic and starts to get golden brown, you're going to add in your warmed liquid mixture. Now I did raise my heat up to a medium-high heat, so this way it can absorb the liquids really, really well. So basically all we're going to do is continue to stir this up until it gets thick and until it starts to leave the sides of the pot and you see some of the butter releasing from it. Again, that's how you're going to know that the sirnie is done. So I've been stirring my sirnie for about 2 minutes at this point, As you guys can see, it is still very sticky and very tacky. You want to keep cooking that down on about a medium to medium low heat until it comes together and it starts to leave the sides of the pot a little bit. Now again, Sirnee is more meant to be on the stickier and moist side. If you like something that's more crumbly and more like a parsad, then you're going to want to go ahead and lessen your liquids just a little bit. You're going to have to go ahead and experiment and play around with those as per what is in the description box below. So I was stirring my Sirnee for about 7 minutes in the pot. Again, I had it on about a medium to medium low heat after I had added my liquids. And you want to basically just keep on stirring, and once you see that it starts to leave the sides of the pot and it begins to glisten and you see some of the butter coming out of the flour mixture, then you know that it is done. Now this is the texture that I like it. It's a little bit sticky, but it also has that firmness to it and it holds up really, really well. It was a beautiful color because of some of the juices from the cherries, the orange soda, as well as the amount that we parched it or roasted it in the pan. And honestly, this was to die for. So I hope you guys try to make this for this Eid if you're celebrating. If you're not celebrating, still give it a try because it is delicious. And if you enjoyed, go ahead and give this video a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and leave your comments down below. I'll see you guys again very soon.